Our next guest is on a mission to tackle one of the world's greatest challenges, disconnection. Let's welcome Rabbi Asher Gottesman, author of Connection, the easiest solution to the world's greatest problem. So glad to have you. I'm so happy to be talking about this subject.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on. I really
So,
appreciate it.
you would think in this age, with the advent of Zoom and social media, that we're more connected than ever, but it seems like people are finding themselves more and more isolated. Why is that?
Well, it's a false sense of connection, right? Because we have social media, because we have Zoom, we think we're connected, and we're probably the most connected, disconnected society in history. So we're at the tap of a button from anybody and anything. Yet human beings need physical touch. We need to be in the same room. We need to look at each other. We're pack animals, right? We really need to be together, and we have this false sense because of technology that we are together, and therefore leads to extreme loneliness.
That's so interesting that you say that, instinctively we are pack animals, yet there's a culture, and it's in different parts of the world, where if you're not independent and self sufficient, then you're kind of failing at life.
Yeah, another misnomer, right? Somebody taught us that a long time ago, and it's false, because without you, I'm nothing,
Yeah.
right? Who am I if I'm truly independent in an island by myself? Right? What have I done? Right? There's nobody there to even witness anything. And as human beings, we truly want to be witnessed. We want to feel safe, and we want to feel connected.
Yeah, 100%. And you talk about meaningful connection specifically. So, what does meaningful connection look like?
So meaningful connection is finding something we're passionate about and utilizing it to be of service. And traditionally, we use that word, finding something we're passionate about. You would think it has to be some form of spiritual practice or something charitable or visiting sick people, etc. It doesn't.
Hmm.
Don't judge it.
Yeah.
Just do something that talks to you. If you love baseball, find a way to give back playing baseball or teaching baseball or coaching baseball.
Certainly. As a rabbi, as someone who's a devout, practicing Jew, I would like to also talk about your weekly practice that you would like to have the rest of the world implement. And I love the term tech Sabbath. What is a tech Sabbath to you?
So for me, one of the hardest things as being an observant Jew was shutting off my phone, right? Disconnecting from the world. I was always worried, what am I going to miss? What am I not going to see? What's going to be? What? And I realized when I shut off that phone, it gives me the ability to be present. Today with technology, we're all ADD, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all in some way non-present.
Yeah.
So yeah, have if you, anybody, I would recommend having what we call a Shabbat, which means shut off your phone from for a 25-hour period. It doesn't obviously have to be Friday night sundown till Saturday sundown. It could be any 25-hour period. I just highly recommend it. It's an unbelievable experience. At first, very anxiety ridden, and for the in the beginning when you go
Yeah.
through your detox phase. So
Sure.
give it a bit. Give it a bit.
And that's what it is. It's detoxing yourself from something that you've become addicted to. You consider yourself a spiritual entrepreneur, a human connection coach, and they say that it takes one to know one. And you yourself had experienced some isolation in your youth. Maybe you can share with us your journey that's brought you to this much happier, healthier place.
Sure. So I got sober March 19th, 2008.
Mm.
And from a very young age, I used various different substances, whether it was food, lying, etc., and then drugs and alcohol to self-soothe, right? They were my short-term solution to my long-term problem because I felt really out of place.
Mhm.
And because I felt so disconnected, because I felt so unseen, and because I felt so unlovable. And it again, it's not about what others did to me, it was how I experienced it. And it's an important as I grow up to understand that I have a big me and a little me, and big me can take care of little me these days.
You founded Transcend in 2008. So you build an internationally recognized recovery community. Just talk a little bit about that. We only have about 30 seconds left.
Excellent. So What I found in the Jewish community was it is extremely supportive, extremely generous, extremely charitable. What I found, there was also a lot of a lot of gossip, etc. So I wanted to bring that to the world, and I felt that Transcend Recovery Community was a way that we can be a non-denominational community of people supporting each other just because we want to get better.
Well, connection, the easiest solution to the world's greatest problem. Thank you so much, Rabbi, for joining us. And you can find that book wherever fine books are sold.
Thank you so much for having me on.
We're back after this.